Good day, I'm Patrick Lawler from Investec Wealth and Investment. Joining me today is Annabelle Bishop, who's the Chief Economist at Investec. Hello Annabelle.
Hi.
Annabelle, it's certainly been a very volatile year for the Rand, the latest source of volatility being the standoff between the Finance Minister, Pravin Gordhan, and the Hawks. How do you see all of this affecting your base case and your low road case in terms of your projections for the year?
Yes, well, we have had a very volatile year if you look at it from a political point of view and from a currency perspective. In fact, we've actually had the Rand strengthen very substantially after the recent municipal elections and of course dive substantially weaker again with this threat to Pravin Gordhan. I think really what the credit rating agencies and the financial markets are looking at is will he be able to finish his term, and if not, if there is a replacement, will the same degree of fiscal consolidation be achieved that is currently outlined in the budget? If not, and bear in mind that credit rating agencies and financial markets are forward-looking, if they believe it's not going to transpire in the future because of what actually happens at the moment, then there is a strong likelihood we could see a credit rating downgrade. And I think this really does give us the differentiation between the different scenarios. Our expected case is that we could well see a downgrade on the local currency perspective, and the majority of our issuance of bonds are actually in local currency in South Africa. It won't be to sub-investment grade, it'll be more of an alignment between the hard and the local currency rating. Unfortunately, a down case scenario would be sub-investment grade, and I think that's what is worrying the markets. Do we get a repetition of Nenegate, and actually would it be here to stay? And in that type of environment where there is a risk we could lose our fiscal consolidation, and I think, obviously see substantially weaker economic growth, then of course we could see sub-investment credit grade ratings. The biggest risk, of course, is the extreme down case. It's got a low probability, but that's one of a failed state, in other words, a bankrupt state or debt default. And in that perspective, we'd probably see our local and our hard currency ratings fall into sub-investment grade, and that scenario, of course, shows a substantially weaker currency. Indeed, the Rand could actually just continue to weaken out. It's basically a situation where you fall into what Zimbabwe has experienced.
It looks like South Africa will barely have any growth this year, although it's expected to tick up a little bit in the coming years as the commodity cycle picks up again. How do you expect all these risks to bear on that outlook for growth?
Well, we have got a situation where globally is a strong risk of secular stagnation. What that essentially means is it's a situation where confidence is low, economic growth is low, there's not much will to invest, to build new factories, to build new production, and as a consequence, employment growth is low. So all of that really feeds through into negative investor sentiment, which in turn means obviously you do have this economic weakness. The secular stagnation part is the risk that it's here to stay. And I think from that perspective, we haven't yet seen a significant risk alleviation globally from economic growth point of view, although the Fed has recently come out and said perhaps economic growth is going to lift to the United States. I think in that type of environment there is an expectation there'll be a slow, steady upward move ultimately to trend economic growth globally by 2020. South Africa is likely to tailcoat along, unless of course we have a situation where we see the politics move out of hand again, and obviously then we move into those down scenarios we were talking about earlier. Really for South Africa, we are a small open economy. What happens in the global commodity cycle is extremely important to our economic growth rates. This year we're looking at growth of close to 0%. It's a view held by ourselves, also the Reserve Bank and the IMF, and I think the risk is that this negligible growth could persist, and that's our down case scenario. So we're not expecting secular stagnation for South Africa, but obviously it is a risk for us.
Lastly, Annabelle, it looks like the US is going to start hiking rates this year. How do you expect this to pan out for countries like South Africa as the US moves into a longer hiking cycle?
Well, certainly since 2014 we've seen a very hawkish Reserve Bank in South Africa, which has hiked interest rates significantly, and indeed recent communication from the Reserve Bank points to further interest rate hikes. In fact, our FRA curve at the moment is looking for another 50 basis points this year, 25 basis points next year, so certainly a continuation of the upward interest rate cycle. The FOMC, or Federal Open Market Committee, recently has also indicated as well that they are probably going to see a lower, longer term interest rate. In other words, the neutral rate is probably going to be lower at about 3%, but nevertheless we are still going to be on an upward path until we get there in a few years' time. And from that perspective, the commentary that's been coming through from these officials in the US is starting to indicate that possibly even as early as September, but probably more likely towards the end of the year, we could see the first lift off this year in the Fed funds target rate. And I think that's really the risk that we're facing in South Africa. If we see upward interest rates in the United States, it could really push through even further interest rate hikes from our Reserve Bank. It appears odd to say that in an environment where economic growth is so exceptionally weak, but our Reserve Bank has come out on the side of hawkishness, and indeed they're rather fearing stagflation in the South African economy, which is negligible or stagnant growth and high inflation, as opposed to secular stagnation, which is obviously the very long-term weak economic growth trajectory we're talking about. So these, I think, are the risks that we're facing.
Very interesting outlook then for us and the world. Interesting times. Thank you, Annabelle.